Hi all. In this video we will try to understand the horoscope of Lord Buddha. So at the birth of Lord Buddha, the court astrologers had predicted that either he would become a king of kings, or he would be a saint whose name would spread in all corners of the world. So if you observe the horoscope of Lord Buddha, it's very powerful. So the first thing that we can say about this horoscope, the best thing is Mars. Lord of the 10th house is Mars, is in its own house, and when Mars is in 10th house, it gains some directional strength. So even if you observe a horoscope of a person having one planet possessing some kind of directional strength, so that planet gives a lot of great things for that particular person in the Mahadasha or Antardasha of that planet. So here Mars is the Yoga Karaka planet in this horoscope because it is in the 10th house and it is also the 10th Lord. The 10th house here is Aries, which is a Mula Trikona house of Mars, means which is a duty performing house of Mars. Sun is also exalted with directional strength. You can say Sun also possesses directional strength in the 10th house. And one more thing is Lord of the 9th house, Jupiter, is with Lord of 10th house, which is Mars. So there is a conjunction of 9th Lord and 10th Lord. So 9th Lord is generally treated as house of luck. 9th house is house of luck and 10th house is the karma house, the kind of karma you perform. It's not only your profession, it's also what kind of karma you actually do in your whole life, in your whole birth. So that is so 10th house is house of karma. So 9th house is house of luck. So 10th house is house of karma. So Lord of the 9th house, Jupiter, is with Lord of the 10th house, Mars. So that conjunction is very powerful here. And one more thing is Lord of 4th house, which is Venus. So here so Lagna is Cancer Lagna and 4th house is the Libra. So the Lord here is Venus. And 5th house Lord is again Mars here. So Lord of the 5th house and Lord of the 4th house, Venus and Mars, they are also in conjunction, so making excellent Raj Yoga of Kendra and Trikona combination. So whenever there is a Kendra and Trikona combinations according to Parashari astrology, so there is a yoga, it forms a yoga. So whenever the Kendra house Lord and the Trikona house Lord, here the 9th and 10th Lord are joining, Jupiter and Mars. Another thing is, another Kendra and Trikona is 4th and 5th Lord, which is 4th Lord is Venus and 5th Lord is again Mars, because 5th house is Scorpio. Again these two are conjoining in the sign of Aries, so it's forming a yoga here. So Kendra and Trikona combinations, so that is dharma and karma, because if you observe, 9th house is always the dharma house and 10th house is the karma house. So 9-10 combination. So dharma karmadhipati yoga or dharma karmadhipatya yoga, or whatever you say. Dharma is the 9th house and the 10th house is the karma house. So totally you can say the 9th Lord and 10th Lord are in conjunction, resulting, so the 5 planet conjunction in the 10th house is the major one here. And one more thing is Rahu is exalted in the house of moksha. That is 12th house is treated as house of moksha. So Rahu is exalted in the sense, whenever Rahu is in Gemini, some of the astrologers say it's exalted. Just like when Ketu is in Sagittarius, it's exalted, because Sagittarius is always about following the dharma, following the the religious things or whatever. So ninth house is very powerful. The ninth house is general. Ninth house is the Sagittarius. So Ketu is very much comfortable in the Sagittarius sign. That's ninth sign I'm talking about. So here Rahu exalts in the sign of Gemini according to one school of thought, and Ketu exalts in the sign of Sagittarius. So that also forms here. So Rahu is very much powerful in the 12th house here, because 12th house has become the Gemini. So it's exalted in the house of Moksha, which is because 12th house is called as house of Moksha. As per sign Gemini, Rahu is exalted there. And it is in Mercury sign, because Gemini is Mercury sign. So Mercury here is in the 11th house, and this particular 11th house is the house of Venus basically, right? So even the 10th and 11th also got some connection by this way, because you can say clearly, you can see here Mercury has some connection with Venus, because the house in which Mercury is living in, the lord of that house is Venus, right? So that is one thing. So Rahu is exalted here, and Mercury sign. If you observe, the Venus is in the 10th house. So Mercury also is connected to the 10th house. So Ketu is also exalted, because Ketu generally exalts in the sign of Sagittarius, we say, and the lord of Sagittarius is Jupiter. So Jupiter's Mula Trikona house is Sagittarius, and Jupiter is also in the 10th house, right? So much of connection with 10th house. So 10th house is mainly the powerful house in the whole thing, if you observe, right? So Mercury is in Venus, Venus is in 10th house. Mercury is in the sign of Venus, in the house of Venus, and Venus is in the 10th house. And so Ketu is in the house of Jupiter, Jupiter is also in the 10th house. So even Mercury and Ketu also got connected to 10th house this way. And so many planets, the 5 planets are in the 10th house. So almost 7 planets are somehow connected to the 10th house, right? And even Moon is in the sign of Libra. The house owner is again Venus. So even Moon is in connection with 10th house. Almost 8 planets are connected to 10th house, so making the horoscope extremely powerful. So this guy is going to do something related to karma, right? So karma is more, so much to do with the 10th house, and that too Sun is exalted in the 10th house. Mars has gained the directional strength, because Mars in the 10th house gains directional strength. Sun in the 10th house gains directional strength, and Sun is exalted here. So in this way you can say the person may become something like Sun is exalted even more, so the person may become king of kings. Or also you can say this is also the combination of sannyas, because among many great features of this horoscope there are 2 notable points. The first notable point is Saturn and Jupiter, with one of them becoming the 9th lord, gave him the ability to bring out a reform in the religion of his birth and make it a new religion, as Saturn and Jupiter conjunction, right? And also, so you can clearly see Lord Buddha became the founder of a new religion. Then you can also see there is a kind of Jupiter and Sun conjunction here, Jupiter joining exalted Sun. Sun is also related to religion. When you can see in the horoscope of Swami Vivekananda, the Sun sits in the first house, right? So Sun is very much important whenever you try to decode something about religion. So Sun showing the founding of religious institutions and all the stuff, because Sun is also exalted. And also Jupiter is connected to that. Jupiter is also another planet, which is main planet, which is connected to religion. So whenever you talk about religion, you see 2 things. One is Jupiter and another one is Sun. Here both of them are conjoined. No other planets are related to religion, right? Of course, Rahu belongs to religion, but he is opposite of complete opposite of religion. You can say he is irreligious, right? That way, he is also connected to religion. But when you talk about religion, you talk about two planets, that Jupiter and Sun, and both of them are in conjunction here. So clearly, as Saturn and Jupiter, it's one of them. You can see here. Clearly, Jupiter is the lord of the ninth house. Ninth house is religion, right? We talk about religion. Whenever you talk about religion, you talk about the ninth house. So, ninth house lord is Jupiter. So, he is also, Jupiter is naturally denoted with some religious stuff. So, altogether, here, this particular guy is going to start a new religion. You can say it's not a guy. You should not say that is Lord Buddha. So just I'm talking about the horoscope. So whenever you see this horoscope without knowing this belongs to Lord Buddha, you can just say this particular guy is going to do something more with the religion, right? The 10th house is a karma house, 9th house is religious house. So 9th and 10th strongly connected, and so the person is going to do something related to religion. The karma, the religious karma can be more. So even he became the role model for the whole world. So that is one thing. The Digbala strength, that is the directional strength of exalted Sun and Mars in the 10th house from the Lagna, and you see perhaps the greatest historical figure of the world it made, whose religious and missionary models are actually followed by so many people around the world. So clearly the major thing here is Sun, exalted Sun and the powerful Mars gaining the directional strength. That is the main reason why his karma is very much powerful. And of course the 9th house is also connected here, Jupiter, which is a house which is house of religion. So he did something related to religion, and as Jupiter and Saturn, always whenever Jupiter and Saturn conjoins, then you can expect something innovative can happen, something new can happen. So that's where the new religion is coming into the picture, and the karma is Mars and Sun exalted. So karma is related to the new religion altogether, right? So that's about the horoscope of Lord Buddha. Thanks for watching this video.